version of Elevensies with Lisa and
Well, it
Anton.
came on time this time.
Well,
so
yeah,
we had to
usually
try
we're
for 10
fine.
minutes.
But we are being besieged by pussycats this morning, so
Your tail in my coffee. This little.
please move your tail from. Oh God! Stop. Does anybody want any cats?
This is Emmett, the
yes.
elusive Mr. Sting.
Yes. Well, while people are joining us, if you, I will quickly edit this because we're early today, which is fun.
You're very stressed about Skittle being so close.
Well, Skittle's always.
You will notice that Emmett has a crook ear because Skittle slashed it once.
Skittle's mean.
Yes.
And he doesn't like.
So he doesn't like her.
He doesn't.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. He's probably going to have to go. Well, there you go. That's all you're going to get. But if you scroll to the beginning
You will
later,
see
you will see Emmett, who put in an appearance. So there you go. We're early. We are definitely early. So. Well, yeah.
Oh, let me turn the sound off there.
Turn off your sound, lest I'll be talking to myself. But I do that quite often. Ha. So good morning. Welcome to Elevensies with Lisa and Anton and a barrage of pussycats. We have an
Man, I
absolute
look tired this morning, I tell you.
suffit of it. I slept really good last night, I have to say. I did. The little stink
Shauna
wasn't
says,
so bad.
wow, both formats gave her notification this morning.
How about that?
Yay, rah!
So you're watching on two screens, Shauna. She's I like her. You're like one of these mega control centers, you know, where you're like, I can control the world from here. Millions of screens. That would be
Happy
my
Thursday.
country.
It's Thoughtful Thursday.
Thoughtful Thursday. Yeah, that's what we're going to talk about. Where we think about how we think today. That's what we talk about now. And
We've talked about this quite a lot, but this week, because of the waning moon and the waning of the season going into Kalangaev, we seem to be focused a little more on thoughts.
On thoughts. Oh, introspection, definitely. Yeah. But it is that time when your thoughts turn inwards at this point.
Excuse
me. See, you are allergic to cats. I'm telling you, you
that's
don't
what it is.
realise that. But I
Yeah,
think
that's
you
what
are.
it is.
I mean, that's why you keep having these sneezing fits and stuff
Yes,
like that.
every day.
So, hey, Aaron, good morning to you. Yeah, so if you guys are just joining us on the Tube of You, please feel free to scroll back right to the beginning because we managed to get unwittingly, damn it, on camera,
Emmett.
who doesn't
Emmett
never wants to play unless, you know, he's shredding something, so it's all good.
He's
And
very muscly.
Yeah,
very
he
muscly
is.
and feisty.
Yes, and he breaks everything.
So it seemed like last night when we did our Facebook Live readings
Yes.
that a lot of people are
Good morning, Gilda.
focused on looking for a new home.
There was definitely that theme.
And there were questions about, you know, how to go about it.
Mm-hmm.
And there seemed to be also a focus on, you know, what could I do better to get what I'm really looking for?
Right, yeah.
And other people were asking about other large purchases like cars and, you know,
Decision.
and careers and things like that.
Yeah, careers came up a lot.
Yeah.
They did. I recall that as well. Yeah.
So, I think what we have to do is learn to think outside the box a little bit and not prohibit ourselves, right? So, obviously, we've talked before a lot about thoughts and what you focus on comes into focus and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
We've talked that till we're blue in the face. And
well, it's true.
It is. And another really important factor about manifesting is to know what it is that's good, right? To know what it is that you're looking for.
Yes.
So one of the first things that we'll do is we'll sit down and say, this is the ultimate goal, right? So, you know, our big thing, hello, Susan, our big thing right now is Celtica.
Yep.
So we say, okay, this is our ultimate goal.
What does good look like?
What are the steps we need to take to get there? And obviously we need to ramp up sales at the store and get a bigger profile, hence the Elevensies and YouTube and all that stuff. And we have to get our tradition to grow and survive. So we have crafted the wise and wrote a book and all that stuff.
We put a lot of work into our tradition.
Yeah.
We do.
And, you know, there's the God deity and all the statuary and put a lot of effort and energy into that stuff. So there's all of these things that kind of feed the goal.
Yes.
But sometimes you can get too focused and miss other opportunities.
Bloody right you can.
For example, we decided that with God deity, we were only going to make Welsh Celtic statuary because that's our pantheon.
Yes.
And the first one we would make would be Caridwen because she's the mother of our church, of our tradition.
Mm-hmm.
And the second statue would be Gwynap Neath, whose Roman name is Cernunnos. You know him by that.
Romans.
And then we created, we went through and did quite a few of the Mabinogi gods and goddesses. We're not finished yet. We have Rhiannon and Aronrod and Branwen and Blodaiath Blodaiweth and Lle and Gwydion and Bran and a little tree dot dryad because we always call the Celtic tree to circle.
We absolutely
We
do.
have a Holly King and Oak King plaque. We made Drake Gok, the dragon. And all of this time, we were missing out on the other gods and goddesses that are stirring. Right?
Yes.
Because people were looking for, and are still looking for, Hecate, the Morrigan, Bast. But we had our kind of tunnel vision, and we were very focused, and certainly we have done a lot, I think, to raise the profile of the Mabinogi gods and goddesses, because people come in and say, who is this? And
Who is
tell
this?
them their story.
And there's everybody in the store can tell the stories.
Yep,
Believe it.
they can tell the story.
They can tell the stories.
But the next statue to come out is Hecate, and one of the people in our community honors and works with Hecate at home. So obviously they're part of our community, and when they're in Caradwen's house, they honor Caradwen. But at home, they've gotten to build quite a relationship with Hecate. So they worked with Joe to iron out the details of what Hecate would want on her statue. And over the past 6 or 8 months, we have not been able to keep Hecate statues in stock. We've been getting the Chinese stamped out.
They're not terrible, but
they're not terrible, but we know the artist is probably not making much money, and they're just stamped out in hordes. And we can't keep them in the store. So when our Hecate comes out,
we got a reveal tomorrow, apparently.
We're going to see the primary statue tomorrow before we go to mold. Yeah. So when our Hecate comes out, it'll be very reasonably priced, and the artist will be compensated for that work.
Well compensated.
So, he's very reasonable.
Oh, he's a lovely guy.
But you see, if we hadn't thought outside of the box or extended our thought process a little bit, we'd miss out on helping the other old gods that are stirring and helping people to connect with a real, tangible energy of that deity. So we have Bast, we have a Hestia, and now we're going to have Hecate.
Yeah, so we've got to refocus. We're going to need to take a lot more pictures. We need to do that. We realise there's lots of things. But jumping slightly sideways, or to come back where we were saying, a really good friend of mine who is a brilliant videographer and a spectacular photographer, Bob
He took
Fagan.
the photo for our book, Bob Fagan. Yeah.
He's a Capricorn, and he's very pragmatic, and he's got such a wonderful dry sense of humour. I love him to small pieces. He's one of my best friends that I have over here, and my life is enriched to know him, and I'm very grateful. So if he's watching, I don't mean to embarrass you, Bob, but respect, fella. But he always says, with his wonderful pragmatism, don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good. Because when you're trying to get something done, sometimes you can get too focused on perfection. And everybody will tell you perfection cannot be achieved. Because there's some smart ass going to come by afterwards and go, oh, you know what, that's beautiful. But if you'd have done that and done that, it would have been even better. You go, oh, God, failed. Yeah, well, not,
so do your best and know that sometimes that is good enough.
Yes.
And we're not saying settle for something that really bothers you.
Yeah.
But we're saying, if you have something and you have a deadline and it doesn't bother you, you could let it out in that way. Like if you're looking for a house.
And let's say that, where I was going.
One of the things you said was that you needed a 2-car garage, and you find the perfect house, and you love the angle of the windows and the bedrooms are just the perfect size and there's a fireplace and all the things are checked off your list, except there's no garage. You could build one later.
Perhaps,
So
if you have space.
Right. If think outside the box is what I'm trying to say. Is there a place that you could put a garage on? And when you talk about the mortgage to your bank, say, look, I really want enough money to build a garage.
I need a garage. Garage. Sorry. Altimeter. Garage.
So what I'm trying to say is, we have our heart set on 181 Main Street in Huguenot. 181 Huguenot Street. Sorry,
Newport,
for Celtica.
It's perfect.
We do have our heart set on that piece of property. But, the price went up over $1 million during this crazy price hike.
Yes.
So we have been looking at other properties that are within a radius of the shop. Obviously, we want to keep things so that people could do workshops and classes and come to the store without having to do too much travel. But, that has kind of renewed our effort by allowing us to think outside the box.
You've got to focus your efforts all over the place. Not all over the place, but I'll give you a perfect example, coming back to houses again, and one perhaps that garage aside, or garage aside. You might have said, my house, the house I'm looking for, needs to be specifically within this geographical area, and you've drawn a
I only want to drive 15 minutes, no more.
Right, well, so you draw a radius, you put a circle, you say there, yeah? But, and then the perfect house is just outside of that area, the perfect house, the house that you've discarded, you're not even looking at it, because it's outside of your area. But it's worth taking a look and see how much is it. Maybe there's a really quick run in, There's no traffic on these particular roads. It might be a little further than you want to drive, but it's actually quicker to get there because the roads are less congested.
Right, you need to look at all your possibilities and not limit yourself. You getting some comments?
Your stomach dropped hearing what, Aaron? What? No, we've not given up on 181 Main Street. Absolutely. Huguenot Street. Far from it.
No.
If that's what you're thinking of.
We absolutely want 181.
It's one of the
things. We have to look at other options for comps.
Comps is what the thing. Because when we go to the vendor and say, listen, you are way overpriced. Look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. That gives us a way to negotiate too. But we've got lots going on there. And it's a continuous work, Oh, the price. Yeah. Oh, no, the price.
Oh, yeah. It went up over. So now it's over $3 million.
Yeah. And it's not worth that. Truthfully, it's not worth that. The land is encumbered. You can't build on it. It's totally unsuitable for a developer. It cannot be subdivided and, turned into lots of...
It has to remain agricultural, agritourism.
Exactly. And so it's seriously encumbered. And part of the farm, because of the bylaws of the village of Newport, you can't have farm animals on. That's useful, isn't it? This is how crazy it is. So you can't, the only properties that you can actually have on there that you've got residential status in other words, somebody could actually live there, is the house that's actually standing there at this present moment in time. You can't build anything like another structure to live there. So
no farmer in their right mind is going to pay $3 million for 100 acres of land.
Stupid money for a farm, but it fits us. But we just need to get the money. I mean, again, I don't begrudge the guy making a boatload of money. I really don't. I mean, if that's what he needs to do, that's totally fine. I just like the universe to be able to provide us the money so we can provide him with it. Because we know it's all good. What is it? I'm following you guys wherever you go. I'm loyal to guys, lol. You have the quality. The quality?
The quality.
The quality.
Well, we've endured an awful lot. We certainly have endured an awful lot, Aaron. And honestly, our long-term goal is to be able to leave our tradition to preserve the craft of the wise.
And leave the planet better than we found it. That's key to us, and all of this fits in there.
So cuddly this morning.
Well, she's not being too bad this morning.
No, I think she's freaked out because Emmett got a hug and she was really stressed that he was up here getting her hugs.
She's usually so irritable. Why all the flowers? We're getting such nice comments this morning. Thank you so much. It's very touching. we appreciate that. It's very kind, but no, we do think we are kind of genuine. I mean, yeah, we've been walking the walk a long time, not just talking the talk.
Right.
So that's what we're about, and that's why we're doing this. But our master plan, our hidden agenda for our ulterior motive, or our ulterior motive for our hidden agenda, whichever way you want to put it, is to make ourselves far better known, so that we can increase our ability to attract
to find the
donors,
people who are looking for us.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, think about this. We're one little rinky-dink store in New Paltz, and almost every time we've started our Craft of the Wise class, there's been 15 or 20 people, and that's driving radius. We've had a couple people in the UK, but we've had 15 or 20 people within a driving radius. Think about how many people are out there that are searching that are searching for a place like ours, and they haven't found us yet. So we have to figure out how to not be such a well-kept secret.
Yes.
I mean, we really joke that the store is like platform 9 3/4, and you only find it when you need it.
Yeah, you can walk past it and not know it's a store, honestly. You can.
But we really do have to figure out how to find people. Now, being a household name might be a little unnerving, because then, you're going to get trolls. But we really want to find the people who are looking for us, right? There's got to be tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, of real witches who are looking for a real place to study and learn and grow, who want to preserve the old ways, who want to live in harmony with nature. We just need to find them. We need to find the people who are looking for us. It sounds crazy, but
exactly. We need like the bat lamp, or whatever you call it. You can project it up. The Celtic knot. We should have like a Celtic knot we can project into the sky or something like that. But it's amazing stuff. Aaron's asking, can we make it a university? Well, it's not going to be like a .edu university, but educational facility, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Because you can do something called agro-tourism. And agro-tourism, that's where we're at with Celtica. It becomes a historical working farm, non-mechanized working farm, where skills are taught that you would not be able to learn anywhere else. Skills that have almost been lost. I mean, if I said to you, Erin, do you know how to pletch a hedge? You'd probably scratch your head and say, what the hell are you talking about, man? Right. But both Lisa and I learned that from our neighbour, an old guy. I mean, his hands were crippled with arthritis. He took the time to show us how to do that. And the both of us, which seems a bit odd, a little girl from New York here, can actually pletch a hedge by hand. Now, hedgerows are amazing things. Instead, nowadays, we just smack in barbed wire and fence posts and chain link fences or concrete walls. Hedgerows are habitats. They're amazing. And they're wonderful for keeping livestock in and bad stuff out, Hedgerows are amazing. And we've forgotten all that. We'd love to, teach people how to do that.
And the sacred woods of the Celtic lunar zodiac. We'll plant those. We'll teach Tree of Life work. We will teach all the classes that we teach at the shop, but on a much bigger scale.
And then some,
but then the nature classes. And we intend to do beekeeping and sell honey and wax. And we intend to have the 16, if not more, the 16 herbs of the physician of Mudvi. So everything will be connected to historical heritage, but you'll be able to teach how to raise these herbs, how to care for these herbs. You could sit and meditate and listen to these herbs. You can choose them to make teas and tinctures and holistic medicines and oils, and we'll have classes on all of this stuff. Farm to table dinners. We intend to have chairing of the bard and all kinds of things at what we're going to call the Great Hall. There has been so much planning and energy put into laying the groundwork. But again, you have to be willing to think outside the box. We have determined, this is where we're saying thinking outside of the box. Yeah,
don't get tunnel vision. Don't think we've got to do it this way. We've got to do it this way. You've got to be open to any way that presents itself. And some ways may be a little obtuse. I mean, we even contemplated, well, how can we make ourselves better known? Maybe we should open a second store somewhere like that. And we've contemplated that, you know. We took
a little research.
Yeah, we did some research. We took a spy mission out to Salem even. And it's interesting when we go through Salem, we look out. I mean, we went obviously right in the absolute heart of the super busiest season.
Everybody's there, you know.
And it's utterly packed with people. Even in a pandemic, utterly packed with people.
But the vibe just isn't.
The vibe is strange.
It's commercialized and
certainly in certain stores,
in some places,
without doubt, it's totally commercialized.
And I think that we would not make friends with
locals. I mean, for example, we just looking at tarot. We were laughing about this because Lisa.
An article came out in The Guardian, and I posted it on our Facebook page today about tarot becoming a mainstream tool for self-care.
How about that? We've been selling tarot for the last
30 years.
as long as it's been open, you know, and not just selling it, but intimately acquainted with it. To be perfectly honest, I mean, yeah, you can go online and buy a tarot deck, but you can actually come to us and we can tell you.
It's nicer to be able to hold it, look at it, get a feel for the pictures. We'll describe, you know, if it's a tarot or an oracle. We'll talk about that particular deck's maybe artist or the book that goes with it, and really help the people to connect with their tool. And we have over 1,200 different decks.
This is what
now.
I wanted to say now. And we need to do more orders, and Lisa was working with locating new suppliers because we want to continue to broaden our range. But we've wandered around and we went in all the big stores and some of the little ones and all that, and we looked at what sort of tarot that people are carrying.
And people don't have the selection.
Yeah, we worked out, seriously, if you took every single store in Salem with every single tarot deck that they've got, and you put them all together, you wouldn't even come close to what we've got in our store. And that's all of them all together.
Right.
We have got literally over 1,200 different decks in stock. Different. Not just like one or two or three or four, you know, or maybe 20 of the top sellers. We've got 1,200 different decks.
They're hanging off the ceiling at this point.
We are a heck of a tarot destination. And it's not just tarot. We've got books out the wazoo. We've got our own range of statuary. We've got crystals coming out the wazoo. But more than that, the store is an incredibly loving, warm, healing place where people can just come and be accepted, and they don't have to spend anything. You can just come and suck up the energy if you like. But we're still an incredibly well-kept secret, you know? Yeah. Most people go, who? What? Oh, the Purple House.
Purple House.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
so
a
say,
store?
How did you find us? Oh, I thought I'd stop because the house is purple. Okay.
I've lived in town for 20 years. I've never been here before. That's us. That's what it is.
But yeah, we decided that maybe expanding in that way wasn't necessarily the right thing for us. We don't want to threaten anybody or
No, we don't want to make enemies. We don't want to make enemies.
So we think we're going to put our investment maybe into our website and into our social presence to try to reach further.
I think social media is our primary sort of focus that we're looking at.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're, you know, if you're somebody who work for Rocks and is a dab hand at social media and happen to come across that, give us a call.
We'll work for Rocks.
Yeah, you know, it's, we'd love that because, you know, Lisa and I, we say, you know, we can do everything, but you can't do everything all at once. And I've got so much IT work I need to catch up on that's backed up, you know. Well, I've got maintenance that's backed up. The days are just bloody packed, aren't they? But we love it, you know. And, oh, hey, how you doing? Somebody else new joined us today. Thank you so much.
New person.
Freya Brenda. Hello, Freya Brenda. I think I know who that is, actually. I bet I do.
Freya Brenda?
I bet I do. I wonder. Well, thank you. Thank you for joining us anyway. Do please like, comment, subscribe.
For part of the day?
I don't know. I was just right in the throes of it there. Okay. So our secret we have determined, and this is about tunnel vision. Yeah, you can get focused just on one thing, and then everything else goes for a ball of chalk. You've still got to sometimes step back and get more of an objective view and
change your perspective.
And yes, because you can only see from where you're standing, and sometimes
so
you're just
that's why we went to Salem. We thought, let's have a look.
Let's assess. And you can't assess from afar. You've actually got to get in the throes of it and see what it's like. And yeah, we went in the busiest time imaginable.
But we wanted to see what the stores were stocked with at peak season.
We might still go do another recce in the absolute quietest time.
I think so.
Just again to get a gauge. But we definitely need to do something to be better known, because there's not one person that's turned around to us and said, Celtic, you must be stupid. What a crap idea. That's ridiculous.
Well, I think there's an undertone of people thinking, how can you possibly do something more?
People think we're nuts, but that aside.
But it's for the good of the planet and the good of the craft. So.
Everybody who's seen it.
Because Aaron, we forgot to tell you we intend to have a Craft of the Wise Modern Witchcraft Museum.
Yeah, the whole thing, and plus all the Celtic Heritage Museum, with where all the Celts have come from and the different languages. And when you start to look back, because we're fascinated, where the origin of language is brilliant. There's so much you can learn from that. But there's just so much to do. What I could use is another 20 years life. I could use that. Couldn't we both? I think that would be good.
Right, if I was 37 instead of 57.
Yeah, knock us back 20 years, and but we need to have the smarts we've got now.
Yeah. My mom always used to say, we are too soon old and too late smart.
Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Yeah. But we're still pretty much cooking on gas. We need to just make a bigger bow wave, and if that means we need to crank up the throttle a little bit, we need to be starting to make waves. We've been too much of a well-kept secret for too long.
Strive for excellence, not perfection, and don't let yourself put up barriers that don't need to be there.
This feels like Christmas. I don't understand that, but that's cool.
Who said that?
Erin, it feels like Christmas. Well, let's go.
Oh, because we're going to do a museum and she's excited.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry. See, forgive me. I'm from Birmingham, not quick on the uptake. So, and greetings from Tulsa. What are you doing in Tulsa?
Who's in Tulsa?
Sparky.
Okie? You're an Okie?
Maybe. They're okay and okay. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's so much, and yes, we're really excited about it too. But excitement is all well and good. We actually need to see. She gets me. Yeah, yeah. You do. I struggle. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm a bloke. I'm not equipped with the same.
You're a stranger in a strange land. It's like how a New York apple felt in mid Wales. Sometimes people just looked at me strangely.
You can always pretend to be Canadian and get away with it.
Hey?
Yeah. I love it. Road trips are great. Yeah, I love road trips. It's fun to travel. But so we're working to become less of a well-kept secret, and you guys could really help us with that.
Fabricate
pimp us around. Pimp us around. Just let's have some introductions and all that. Need anything for your resume from out west? Oklahoma's Midwest, isn't it? It's not really. It's not.
It's near Texas, I thought.
Well, it's Midwest. It's not. It's not out west, is it? It's not. Oh, for the museum. Well, I don't know. We got plenty for our museum. We've got it, but we've. A whopping great big donation would be fantastic. Find a huge donor who's dripping in money. Who would like to save the planet. It's all well and good to shoot rockets into space, Mr. Bezos. But if you're actually watching us right now, shock horror, just write a little check. It's what? It's less than a second's income for you.
Make Celtica happen.
You can make it happen.
Diana.
Or Mr. Musk.
Diane Davies. I always want to call her Diana Davies. Diane Davies says she loves too soon old and too late smart.
It's true, isn't it? Oh, hey, you're on the way to California. Hey, how about that?
Oh,
I've been there. You're off to the mothership. I've been there. That's kind of cool. That's beautiful. I never made it to the Redwood Forest. That's on our bucket list. We need to do that because we bloody love trees.
Good morning, Amber.
We love trees. Trees are magnificent.
Trees are magnificent.
Trees are magnificent. Trees are the lungs of the earth, and we're not kind enough to trees. We felt good yesterday because we did our arborist came yesterday and taking care of a huge
maple that's like 150 years old between us and the neighbor, and they trimmed out some of the dead, and next spring they're going to come and try to anchor it so that the ramification doesn't fall off.
Yep, yeah. So this guy's a superb arborist. I mean, I'll give him a
Limber
plug.
Tree Services.
They're brilliant. Limber Tree Services. I think they're out West Hurley way, aren't they?
I'm not sure. Yeah, they're Woodstocky West.
Yeah,
Hurley.
Woodstock.
They're
West
excellent.
Hurley, yeah.
Excellent.
As good as they come. They really are magnificently excellent people. So if you're in need of tree service, expect to wait a while because they're tough and busy, but they're good.
Very good though.
They're really, really good. Yeah. So. He could have saved the bloody maples out the front of our place, but that's a story for another day, unfortunately.
Story, yeah.
Yes, dealing with bureaucracy, bless.
Anytime there's a committee, things get tough.
Yes, well, Camel is a horse designed by committee, isn't it?
Right.
Anyway, listen. We've got to get on. Because I'm feeling we need to do
We've got a whole list of things.
Of course we do.
And it's candle making day.
It is.
And we're picking up a cabinet for statuary and all
because we got loads more statuary.
Because we're going to have in stock a painted one of each.
Look at what
card of the day.
For today. What a great card, given all that we're talking about.
All right. My reading for you with this card for today is...
Ace of Pentacles, by the way.
Don't miss an opportunity by having the wrong perspective. So something is going to be offered. Take it.
I just love it. Yeah, if you don't know what we're supposed to be talking about today, I know we've been all around the bloody Rican, but we were talking about, not having tunnel vision and perhaps broadening your perspective a little bit and being open to all of the opportunities that the universe offers you.
Welcome to the garden.
How amazing a card for that. Reinforces everything we said. Really, sometimes you need to get outside of your comfort zone. And this card to me is also about having heart. It really is. Because I know these can be seen as lilies, but I have to, in my weird mixed up world, I see them as foxgloves. They look awfully like foxgloves. A foxglove being digitalis, from which you get digoxin, a heart tonic, and courage, and get out of your comfort zone. You've got to go through that little arch. Get out of your comfort zone. Make it happen. Take what's being offered to you, even if it sounds really strange and peculiar, and you may not
take the offer.
Yeah.
Do your best with it. Make it happen.
The card Sparky is the Ace of Pentacles.
Maybe that's a phone call for a Celtica donation.
It could be, yeah. So if you're calling right now, we're actually busy broadcasting on YouTube, but please just leave your card number and we'll run it straight away. So thank you so very much indeed.
Gosh.
So yeah, beautiful.
So happy Thursday.
Happy thoughtful Thursday.
Thursdays are ruled by Jupiter. Expansion.
It is.
Positive energy, the great benefic.
Expand your thoughts as well.
Make it happen.
Yeah,
live long
absolutely.
And prosper.
Live long and prosper.
Peace, everybody. Have a great one.
Thank you so much for watching. Do please, pimp us around all over the place. Go on. Do what you can. We appreciate it greatly. And thank you. Once again, have an amazingly wonderful day. I don't know if we've got any box openings coming up, but if not...
Well, there's things coming, but I don't know if they'll come today.
All right. If not...